Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all having a great day and that you are all doing well. To start things off, Grin, a cryptocurrency that leverages the Mimblewimble privacy technology, has just gone live on the mainnet. Named after the tongue-tying curse in the Harry Potter book series, Mimblewimble is a protocol that fuses transactions together such that they are indecipherable, even on a public digital ledger. While it has been in the works since late 2016, Grin saw its first block of transactions after the network's Genesis block appear on Tuesday at 17:38. Second block was mined less than a minute later, according to One Block Explorer. A market for the cryptocurrency is already beginning to form, and though the first block only awards 60 Grin, one investor has already bid 0.1 BTC for 1,000 Grin on a decentralized exchange known as Bisq. I'll get back to that in 1 second. Another bid on BitMesh values the token much more highly, offering 10 Bitcoin for 1 Grin. Though the buy order is for 0.001 Grin, I think that's a bit ridiculous. Backtracking a little tiny bit, I know a lot of people are very interested in Grin, have been asking for a couple of days now how to actually get Grin. There isn't a major market for it yet, simply because it just launched, but apparently on this decentralized exchange known as Bisq, it is apparently available. I implore you, if you are trying to get any Grin and or Beam, please pay attention to exactly which cryptocurrency exchange you are using. We have had issues before in the past where we have had decentralized exchanges that were hacked. People have lost their money. Decentralized exchanges can be very tricky because you get a huge, sometimes you are given a password and you cannot change it unless you have written it down properly and correctly. You can lose your money. So if it were me, I would maybe just wait a bit longer. During the initial coming out of any coin, they always spike up in price and then kind of, go back down, especially if, to be honest, we are in the moment right now where the crypto market is maybe potentially sometime in the future going to continue to go down a bit more in price. It may be a bit better just to simply wait for it to go on to other exchanges before you try to actually get some. The main point is that this has finally launched. Very, very exciting. A lot of people have been waiting for this for quite some time. Grin, and I guess to a, I don't want to say a lesser extent, but to another extent, Beam, the other cryptocurrency built on top of the Mimblewimble protocol, it is a tongue twister, are expected to be, according to a lot of people in the cryptocurrency space, or even to some people who are very highly into Bitcoin, they believe that these two coins could potentially be very large private transaction-based coins in the near future. No one obviously knows, but I like these projects very much. Anyway, I just thought I'd talk about them, or rather Grin, officially finally launching. It seemed like we were just talking about it actually just getting started and stuff like that, and lo and behold, time flies by and it's already officially launched. So, XRP Classic, also known as XRPC, is a new coin that has surfaced on Twitter and other cryptocurrency ranking websites, and the community considers this new coin to be a scam. XRP community is a tightly knit community with some staunch believers. It has come together to report that this copycat of XRP, known as XRP Classic, the new coin has the same logo as Ripple, but orange in color, and is being called XRP Classic. CoinMarketCap, a very famous website that is being used by millions of people around the world, has also listed the coin on their website. I'll get to that in a second. However, the market cap of this coin and circulating supply is not yet mentioned, but it was trading at a fifth of a cent at the time of writing. As per a report by the Daily Hodl, it is an ERC20 token. Before I go even further into this, please don't buy into this. If you've been into crypto for more than 3, 4, 5 months by now, you should have a little basic understanding of what a scam is and what people create in order to try and have a cash grab. Especially when they're calling themselves XRP Classic. If you are into XRP or have heard about XRP or know about Ripple, you know that this is not backed. I can't even say probably not backed. We know that it's not backed by the Ripple team. I would steer clear of it. That is just my own belief on the situation, and I don't find it funny at all that CoinMarketCap has listed them. Remember, I said it before, and take my words to heart. A lot of the pricing metrics that we have in the cryptocurrency space right now will not be there in about a year and a half. CoinMarketCap has come under fire many other times before. They already don't show the actual circulating supply and or market cap of XRP and where it is right now. So it's not really surprising to me at all that they would list something else like this. One would assume that a platform as large as theirs, I think they get like anywhere from like 5 to 10 million people checking their website per month or something like that. It's a completely insane number, that they would do a bit more diligence as far as what they're listing on their platform. But according to other people who have accused them of things before in the past, it appears that CoinMarketCap is like a pay per play type thing. So in order to get your coin actually listed with them, you actually have to pay money to have your coin on there. So it seems like they probably don't really care about what they list on their platform, especially since it's been noted before in the past that they probably have a bit of a vendetta or something against XRP. The coin is also listed on CoinGecko, another cryptocurrency ranking website. The website mentions that XRP is listed on 3 exchanges. They're Viz, Mercatox, Via Trade, and so they have the other pairings and stuff like that. The so-called white paper of XRP Classic gives out a very non-professional look. Their mission statement is filled with mistakes, and it has symbols that don't fit in. Just be aware of things happening around you. If you are serious about cryptocurrencies, like I said before, you should have a general understanding of exactly which coins are legitimate at this point, which coins have a face to them, or even coins that don't have a face to them, who are continuously updating and giving us updates on their projects. This coin has completely come out of left field. No one has heard about it. And the problem that we've had before in the cryptocurrency space is that I've mentioned these other things, and we've seen it's very, very odd that we have projects launching like this that are completely not real, and we still get news articles later. I'm pretty sure we're going to get something in about a week and a half where the XRP Classic people were actually receiving money from other people, the same way that we saw the other Ethereum hard forks, if you will, or something like that, where people talking about you had to send them Ethereum in order to get or receive these Ethereum, was like Ethereum Noah or something like that, and people were sending them money. Save your money, save your time. This is clearly fake. Just thought I'd mention that in case anyone saw this and decided to think that they may try their luck to see if the price is going to go up. Have fun, but yeah, let's move on. I guess in fake news today, the cryptocurrency industry has always been targeted by criminals and hackers. This new form of money can be moved around the world without much friction at all, which makes for an appealing opportunity. It now seems a new Electrum wallet is making the rounds on GitHub, albeit one that has nothing to do with the official cryptocurrency project. As such, users are advised to tread with caution. Most cryptocurrency enthusiasts are veterans who will know not every type of software on the internet can be trusted. It seems that the trend is not coming to an end anytime soon, as researchers have discovered a malicious Electrum wallet client which resides on GitHub. For those who can read that, here it is. Scrolling down. For those who are unaware, it says Electrum is an open source cryptocurrency wallet solution. Its genuine code can be found on GitHub and can be copied by anyone who wants to put their own spin on this particular project. In the case of this allegedly Russian clone, it appears or seems the main purpose is to steal user funds, obviously, rather than create a genuine wallet solution for cryptocurrency users. Why anyone would purposely try to defraud users is incomprehensible. I can think of a reason why. People are greedy and they like to people like to hurt other people. I don't know how to really sugarcoat that any other way. The point is, I know that Electrum is a very, very popular wallet. I've seen people before in the comment section note that other people should download Electrum. If you are going to do so, research, as always. Can't stress that enough. Make sure that you are actually downloading the correct wallet. We've had situations like this before where many other, even if you go to the, what is called the Apple Store or like the Google Play Store, I think that's also the name of it, and you type in like Bitcoin wallet, you'll see hundreds of different options, and you should, I mean, A lot of them are clearly fake. You can kind of tell that a lot of them are fake. There was also something before, and I thought it was quite interesting. There were, and I'm pretty sure there still are, many apps on these app stores claiming that they were like Bitcoin and or cryptocurrency miners. And you read through what they're talking about, and like none of it's actually real. They wanted you to like give them your phone number, and sometimes like they were asking for like very personal information and stuff like that, your email addresses as well, what have you, just to be able to mine. They say you could mine from your phone, and then thank goodness that there are people who actually leave reviews for these things, and people were reporting that their stuff had been stolen or something had been so-and-so. Anytime there are very few, and you can even find lists of them quite easily if you're looking for a cryptocurrency wallet. Google around, and if you see the same name pop up on around 15 different websites, you know, like a top 10 list or something like that, these are the ones you kind of aim for. Otherwise, stay away, because people are definitely there to take your money. Kind of just the way the world is, but now it's all digitized. Yeah. Next up, in a move that might surprise many, but should surprise no one at all who has been listening to the news for the past year, the Hong Kong-based cryptocurrency exchange known as BitMEX is planning to shut down its offices in the United States and the Canadian province of Quebec. The decision has been taken by the Bitcoin futures trading platform in wake of an intensified crackdown on unlicensed cryptocurrency trading platforms by the regulators, according to a report by South China Morning Post. Sorry. As per the report, this latest move coincides with a decision taken by the Hong Kong-based company, which notified its users in North Korea, Iran, Syria, Sudan, Cuba, and Sevastopol in the Crimea area against holding positions or trading on BitMEX, as these are restricted jurisdictions. Interesting how North Korea, Iran, Syria, Sudan, Cuba, and Sevastopol are now lumped together with the United States and Canada. The latest move by the exchange to bar all customers in the Quebec region comes after the French regulatory body known as the Autorité des Marchés Financiers, or the AMF, issued a letter to the exchange last year directing it to close all accounts linked to Quebecois, saying that it was unlawful and the exchange was not authorized to provide trading services in these regions. Speaking about the latest decision by the exchange to shut down its operations in Quebec, AMF's Director of Media Relations told the Post, BitMEX is not registered with the AMF and is therefore not authorized to have activities in the province of Quebec. We informed this company that its activities were illegal, end quote. While the reasons for BitMEX to cut its U.S. business is still unclear, it comes amid increasing enforcement actions from the SEC on trading platforms involving digital assets. I'm pretty sure you can kind of tell why they closed up shop in the U.S. The same exact reason we heard, what was it, 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, there were, I think, 3 other cryptocurrency exchanges. I think Kraken was one of them, who announced we're no longer dealing with the United States. For those who don't know, I don't have my own cryptocurrency exchange. Surprise. And I'm glad that I don't. Can you imagine how difficult it has to be in a situation where you're trying to open up shop in the States, and I guess in this instance as well in Canada, because you realize that there's money to be made there. You know, you're trying to open up your digital walls to people who are interested in trading cryptocurrencies. And every step of the way for every single company is completely, incredibly difficult. My outlook or view on this entire thing comes to the fact that I feel like, in my opinion, that the United States has been doing this on purpose, simply because if you've ever lived the last couple of years, you know that financial institutions and governments are typically pretty close with each other. And with the soon-to-be potential maybe launched NASDAQ trading platform and the backed platform from the New York Stock Exchange, I have a feeling that these two entities probably want the entire cryptocurrency space for themselves. This is why we have seen Coinbase and Gemini barely survive through this entire ordeal, even though they've been trying desperately to get as many certificates and stuff like that as they possibly can. I have a strong feeling that, at least in my opinion, it does kind of make sense. If you were the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ, you probably wouldn't want to have about 18 other companies in your spot or in your space. You kind of want the entire thing for yourselves. Anyway, like I said, this should not have surprised anyone. It's clearly obvious what's happening in the United States. Very few winners are being chosen as to who can do anything in the United States. It's kind of sad, but it's kind of also the way that it is. We haven't really heard an enormous amount of news from things that have been happening like this within Canada. I'm also not in Canada, so I can't specifically say. But this seems to be, typically we've seen before in the past that Canada has done very well, but this is a trend that is going to continue unless the US decides, or the SEC or the CFTC decides to give some type of a favorable ruling on cryptocurrencies, and they try not to control cryptocurrency exchanges, which is not going to happen. Or rather, as far as like them not trying to control them, we're definitely going to see a huge shift away from the United States. But all hope is not lost. I mean, at least people in the States will have the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange. Yeah, that's kind of trying to look at it a nice way. Next up, Belarus blockchain-based startup known as Currency.com has launched a trading platform for tokenized securities. The firm announced on Tuesday that the platform would allow investors to directly trade and invest in financial instruments using the cryptocurrencies Bitcoin or Ethereum without first converting to fiat. The platform will initially host over 150 tokenized securities, tracking the underlying market price of financial instruments such as equity and commodities. It said while over 10,000 similar offerings could be available in the future, Currency.com, not affiliated, explained that the service lets investors buy a token that would reflect the performance of, say, an Apple share on the NASDAQ stock exchange. At the same time, economic costs and benefits of an Apple share. They said to offer these capabilities, Currency.com leverages the technology of Capital.com, its sister platform regulated by the FCA, the United Kingdom Financial Conduct Authority, and the CYSEC, the Cyprus Securities and Exchange Commission, to offer users access to a tokenized version of a contract for exchange of a service equity, commodity, or index. This is almost a direct copy of what we saw sometime last week. I can't remember the name of the company. I'm so tired of this. One's fairly easy. Currency.com. That's fairly easy to remember. We had, middle of last week, we had information that there was that other. It was the NASDAQ powered exchange. I can't remember the actual name of it. But they were launching their own exact thing just like this. I think they had it was a Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, so where you were able to spend your cryptocurrencies in order to get tokenized securities. And they were talking about you would be able to get like Apple stock and Windows stock and so stock and Google as well, what have you. This seems to be another thing that is becoming very popular right now. The main case that many people thought was that cryptocurrencies would be like buying things or being as a store of value or being able to buy something, being, Pampers or new shoes, whatever people are buying nowadays. It seems like the crypto revolution is also, it's interesting to see how rapidly everything is kind of permeating into everything else. I still believe, I know a lot of people may not believe this eventual future, but it's fairly clear right now that in my opinion, it feels like when smaller firms do things like this, it's typically because they've gotten wind that larger institutions are going to be doing this. We don't have confirmation on this, but it's fairly clear to me in my eyes that we're going to see a situation where if both the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange are offering some type of cryptocurrency products on their platforms, they're probably going to announce when they launch that you'll also be able to do something exactly like this, which then leads us to, the reason why these other platforms are starting to do this. Like it seems completely random that for some reason we have multiple places now talking about that they're allowing tokenized securities, pretty much just stocks that you can buy like tokens of, if you will. That's like the equivalent of whatever you're buying on these different platforms in Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, so. I'm pretty sure that these major stock exchanges, those two that I just mentioned before, are going to have something like this. And that is going to be a very interesting moment because this will also cause a lot of people who are directly investing into these things or have bought from their platform. They're probably going to have some type of new websites where they end up launching these things where they're pretty much like, hey, you can, on this side of the website, you can buy the cryptocurrencies, and on this side, the crypto that you just bought, you can actually put that directly into stocks and bonds and so and so and so. And you can, when you're able to actually cash out in crypto, I think that'll be something monumental, because that means that it's just kind of a crypto loop, which is more or less what we're looking for right now. In the cryptocurrency space, the way that we kind of see things is that you have crypto, rather you pay fiat for crypto, you spend that crypto, and if you're trying to get it back or whatever, you kind of have to cash out into fiat. If we end up in a situation where a lot of these platforms allow you to put your crypto into it, you buy the stock, a bond, whatever you buy, and then cash out of it, and they give you the crypto back again. This creates that that circulating supply of crypto, which means that we then won't have to cash back out into fiat. I think we're about 2 years away from this. I don't think that we're very far off. I think a lot of people aren't really paying attention to just how desperate a lot of these, not them, but a lot of the other institutions are to make crypto like an everyday mainstream thing, because they own huge amounts of it. The point is, when we get to a situation in the world where you don't have to cash out of crypto and everything can happen directly within cryptocurrencies, the prices are going to completely skyrocket, because the amount of volume that we're going to have flowing through these things, it's no longer going to be, 400,000 or like 25 million. It's going to be like hundreds of billions of dollars for some of these coins. Anyway, just thought that was quite interesting in my view. To kind of finish things off, former Republican representative known as George Nethercutt championed cryptocurrency. Okay, why not? But took aim at United States regulators' approach in an article for a political news outlet known as The Hill. This happened apparently yesterday. Nethercutt, who represented the U.S. state of Washington for 10 years from 1995, now serves as founder and chairman of Nethercutt Consulting LLC and of his nonprofit, the Nethercutt Civics Foundation, because why not? Reviewing U.S. policy at home and abroad in his recent Open-Ed, Nethercutt drew a stark contrast between actions of the State Department to protect U.S. intellectual property and those of regulators. He said while diplomats at the State Department are negotiating hard to pave the way for American innovators, U.S. regulators such as the Securities and Exchange Commission have been slow to make pronouncements regarding cryptocurrencies. He says this has hampered innovation and left many American businesses in regulatory limbo, particularly with respect to whether or not their tokens are classified as securities. Without reading too much further, I always like when we hear about any type of a politician who talks positively about cryptocurrencies. It kind of shows where their head is, where their mind space is, as far as like, we typically don't have politicians who care about decentralization or any type of thing like this. I also find it very interesting when they kind of talk out against the SEC or any other type of regulatory body within the United States, because it's fairly obvious now that the SEC has probably no desire to ever say any of these things out loud. I told you guys why before. I think it's going to take some time. Regulatory limbo, I think, is probably the nicest way of saying it. We're seeing if this is the news that we're getting about major platforms like BitMEX and stuff like that, and Kraken and all these other places, and I think Binance also announced that they were not going to officially be doing business in the U.S., or that they're trying to move out of it, whatever the case might be. We're going to start seeing things like this, and then the money's going to flow out of the U.S., and it's just, I mean, kind of is what it is, but let's hope that the rest of the world continues innovating and doing what's right. Alrighty, everyone. That's definitely going to do it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening. Wherever you are, wherever you might be, hope it's absolutely fantastic. As always, do your own research on Grin, where to find it, where to buy it. I assume within the next couple of weeks, we should probably see a healthy amount of other exchanges who are going to be listing it. Please don't buy into XRP Classic unless you're trying to lose money. Then, I mean, by all means, go for it. Watch out when it comes to downloading any cryptocurrency wallet. A lot of them can easily be faked. You can write a simple name. You can create an app in a couple of hours. You just kind of do what the other people did, change the name around, change the colors. And yeah, it's always good to be safe, especially when it comes to cryptocurrencies. Thank you all once again. And yeah, I'll talk to you all soon. See you.